Hi, and welcome to this demonstration of Dynamics GP 2010 Release 2. Release 2 was released in May 2011 and includes a number of features and enhancements over and above what was available in Dynamics GP 2010 itself. For those of you who are already on Dynamics GP 2010, Release 2 is almost like uploading to a service pack. It's not an extensive upgrade implementation. For those of you who are not already on Dynamics GP 2010, it may give you another reason to upgrade. What we're going to run through today is 3 areas of functionality that have been included with this release, including the ability to email reports, the ability to report on charts and KPIs through the Business Analyzer, and also report builder integrations, which allows you to edit and customize reports directly from Dynamics GP itself. We're going to start with the emailing of reports. In this particular example, we're going to show the 3 locations from where standard Dynamics GP reports can be emailed from. The scroll on the Reports menu, also the individual reports themselves, and finally, the navigation lists. So I'm going to choose a sales report and a sales analysis report for this particular example. I'm going to select the Accounts Due report and select New. I'm going to give my report a name so it enables me to save it and use it at a later time. And I'm also going to add some parameters to my report. I'm going to select a particular customer for this example. And I just insert my restrictions, and over on the bottom right-hand side, I now have an email options button available, which wasn't there previously. If I click on my email options button, it will prompt me to save my report, which I will then do, and then I will be allowed to open up the email window. From here, I can enter in a to address, I can enter in CCs or even BCCs. I've got a couple of other options available to attach a message, including a subject and a body, to the email to accompany the report, and I can save those settings. As you can see, there's a couple of radio buttons also available, enabling me to embed the report in the message body or send the document as an attachment. Once I've configured my report for using email, you'll now notice that the email button on the top of the page has become enabled. If I click on email, I'll get a notification that the system is now generating my email, including the report as an attachment, and sending it to my recipient. I can also insert that report once I have saved the options and email it from the Report Options window. It will then tell me that it's generating my email and attaching the report and sending it to the recipient as it did previously. What I can also do is access this report from the navigation list. So if I click on Sales and I click on Report List, you'll notice that I now have an Accounts Due option within that list. If I select that option, you'll notice that I get an option to send in email on the top ribbon. If I choose to send an email, it will then again tell me that it's generating that email with the report as an attachment. And finally, having a look at the report that's come through via email, just log into your email account and you'll notice that I've got 3 different reports set here from the 3 different options that I emailed. If I click on the first option and choose to download the report, you'll see that I have my Accounts Due report available to print, view, or email on to anybody else. That concludes our demonstration of emailing reports, and we'll next have a look at the Business Analyzer. The Business Analyzer that's available with Dynamics GP 2010 Release 2 enables us to view charts and KPIs that were typically available on the Dynamics GP homepage without actually logging into Dynamics GP or without logging into SQL reporting services and the likes via the web to view them that way. The Business Analyzer launches like any other product that you have installed on your PC. Select Business Analyzer from the menu. Business Analyzer will open up, where it will display your KPIs and charts as selected for your specific user profile. So what we're having a look at here is our total sales year-to-date by company. You'll notice if I click down the bottom, I can change the view of these particular reports, and I can choose to make them larger, smaller, flick through them, and the likes. Other options that I have available within the Business Analyzer is to view it in full screen mode. So instead of scrolling through my particular KPIs and charts that I'm interested in, I can have them viewed at the same size as my desktop, side by side, or arranged in any fashion that I see fit. I can also reduce that screen size, allowing me to scroll through the particular windows that I have available. What I can also do is change some of my settings. I can view different window modes. I can also filter my reports between companies and series. And you'll notice that I can also choose to display a little navigation pane on the left-hand side, which will allow me to do these options without going to the menus. Other options that we've got available are to select the reports that we want displayed. These are displayed by default by role that is available with your Dynamics GP 2010 security. It also gives you options as to how often those reports should be refreshed, or whether you just want them refreshed every time you open up the Business Analyzer. I've got options here for 15 seconds, every 5 minutes. So whatever it would be that would suit your particular role within the organisation, you could have this set to suit. We also have the option as to what size we visually want to display our particular charts and KPIs when they are in dashboard mode. You'll notice on the left-hand side, I've got a number of different reports available. What I'm having a look at here is what's become available with Dynamics GP 2010 and 2010 Release 2. I've opened up the demonstration company, which is TWO, and as you can see, we've got the reports listed by series. I'm going to expand on the sales series and have a look at some of the charts and KPIs that are available. What I've got here is customer year-to-date by sales and territory. And I'm going to choose my salesperson year-to-date commissions as well and insert those into my selected reports. Once I've selected those, I can then assign those particular reports to specific companies or all companies. I can also assign them to particular contacts and particular groups within those companies. I can also use Microsoft Link contacts if I want to share reports that way. Or I can use my specific Dynamics GP users. Once I've selected all of the people that I want to receive this particular report or have access to this particular report, it'll now become available the next time they log into Business Analyzer. As you can see, what Business Analyzer gives you is the ability to have a look at the quick snapshot KPIs and other financial information that is relevant to running your business on a day-to-day basis without having to open up and log into Dynamics GP, allowing you to view things at a quick snapshot, all from your desktop. That concludes our preview of the Business Analyzer, and next we'll be moving on to the Report Builder integration. What I'm now going to demonstrate is the integration with Report Builder that's available with Dynamics GP 2010 Release 2. Most of you will be familiar with the metrics that are available on the home page and from other areas within Dynamics GP or through the Business Analyzer as we've just seen. If I choose on Customize this page, I have options to select which metrics it is that I want to display. With Dynamics GP 2010 Release 2, what I also have now is an edit functionality that wasn't there previously. If I click on the Edit button, it will go and open up my SQL Server Report Builder, allowing me access to modify the report without having to go and execute and launch Report Builder separately. I'm now just going to close that window. What I'm now going to do is show you another area that you can access directly, the Edit Reports function. I navigate to my navigation list for sales and my reporting services reports. I'm going to select my Accounts Due report. You'll notice up in the top ribbon, I now have an option to edit that particular report, even though it is a SQL report. If I click on Edit Report, it will again go and open up that report through the SQL Report Builder, allowing me to edit it from that point. I'm now just going to close that report. One of the areas that we're all familiar with, as mentioned before, was the ability to view the metrics via the home page. What I can also do from the home page is launch the view of that report within a browser format on SharePoint and the like. Once I've opened that report in SharePoint, I now have the option to select different parameters or change the report if I need to. Once I click on View Report, the changes are made and the new report is displayed. Once you're done changing it, close out of your session. Going back to the navigation list, I'm just going to select Sales. And the next report that I'm going to select is again from the Reporting Services list, and it's the Customer Year-to-Date Sales by Territory. I'm now going to click on View, and what this is showing me is again the SQL report displayed in a browser. I'm going to close that browser. Another option that I have available, if I again go back to my navigation list and my Reporting Services report and mark my total sales year to date, I have options to export to Excel, CSV, XML, Word, or a number of other options, as you can see. If I choose Excel, I can then export my KPI report or chart directly to Excel. Once you've viewed your report in Excel, you can choose to close Excel or you can save the report for viewing again at a later time. So what you can see is that there's a number of different export options that are now available as standard with the SRS reports. Even if you don't want to particularly edit the reports, you still do have more functions for exporting and generating those reports with Dynamics GP 2010 Release 2 that you didn't have previously. That concludes our demonstration on Report Builder integration and our demonstration on Dynamics GP Release 2. If you have any questions about upgrading to Dynamics GP Release 2 for 2010, then please contact your account manager or your Eclipse contact directly. Thank you for watching this presentation.